Yo, Wagwan, this your boy, brother Noomsi, alongside my man, 512 Kelvo in the building. What's happening, Kelvo?
Man, what's the deal, brother Noobsy, man? I'm
Yeah,
blessed, bro. It's been a minute.
it's been
Good
a
to see
minute
you,
since
though.
we've
Good to
been
see
on.
you. You looking good, bro. Still looking
Appreciate it.
young, man. Happy belated birthday. I know it was a
Yes,
while ago, man. My
yes.
my dog
That's
getting
what's
wild.
up, Kelvo, man. Yo, I appreciate you coming back. Yes, it has been a minute since you've been on the show, but we doing a Saturday special, and Kelvo is basically the very first edition of the Saturday special. Where we doing a little something on Saturdays. Want to check in with all the people on the Sports Time Zone. Make sure y'all also like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Salute to my man's brother TZD, also my man's Q to beat. Shout out to everybody who wasn't able to be on today, but they also a part of the movement. We got a real dope show for you today. We're gonna touch on a couple different things that we got going on in the sports world. Number one, or the first and primary thing that went on that we basically just witnessed the other day, there was a couple of good games in the NFL to kick off the season. For the very first time, we had an NFL game taking place in Brazil, which is crazy to even imagine and think that the NFL has come to a level to where now we got games that we kicking off the season in Brazil, in other countries, and that's just big. It's big for the league. It's big for just football as a whole, in the American football just being broadcasted in other countries. So shout out to the NFL, Roger Goodell, and all those boys holding it down, making sure that they get the brand internationally. But as far as the games, two good games. The first game, the world champion Kansas City Chiefs, they beat the Baltimore Ravens in a close game. That was actually a really close game, down to the wire game. Patrick Mahomes, just to throw some numbers out there, Pat Mahomes, he was decent. Yeah, he was 20 for 28. He had 281 yards passing the ball. KC's defense was great, however, because they held Baltimore only to 20 points in the whole game. 20 points. Lamar Jackson did his thing, 26 for 41 for 273 yards. Then he also had a buck 22 rushing the ball. As far as just looking at Lamar Jackson by himself and those numbers, do you think this might be a pretty decent season for Lamar Jackson? How you think he's gonna look this year? Just not even looking at this game, but just this year with Lamar.
I think Lamar, man, is definitely trending in the right direction. But definitely got some things that he could definitely work on. But at the same time, you see the growth, man. I think Lamar's trending up, man. He's like good stock, bro. The only thing is, I would say is, is his receiving core, good enough? They got Zay Flowers and they got some good tight ends, but Rashad
Yeah.
Bateman, he's got to step up. But overall, I think Lamar is locked in, man. I think this offseason has been kind of good for him. I think he wants some revenge,
Yeah.
especially after this game, which we'll get into shortly.
Yeah, no doubt. And you spot on 100 with that. Lamar definitely does look locked in. This offseason was good to him. He even shed some weight. It looked like low key he lost some weight, and he looks even a little smaller than he was last year. And so when I was watching him hitting these holes, at first it looked like he was a little hesitant, maybe because of the weight loss, and he didn't know how he would take a hit having lost some weight. But once he started absorbing it and feeling the contact, pause, he was able to get through a lot of those in between those tackles to break free for a lot of high percentage, high yard runs. So I like what I saw from Lamar. But as far as like in the actual game, Patrick Mahomes, as I said, he was decent with decent numbers, but Kansas City was still able to pretty much look dominant through that game. What's your thoughts of Kansas City and how they performed in that game that you saw with them?
Man, honestly, from what I saw, I'm just keep it real, man. Like you gotta when you play in Kansas City, you gotta play the refs and you gotta play Kansas City, bro.
They was flag happy, wasn't they? They
It
were
was
throwing
crazy,
it.
man. It was crazy,
They
bro.
was.
I've never
I thought I'm
seen
the only one, and I didn't want to come off like a hater, but go ahead, go ahead, say what you got to say about that.
nah, bro. They're the only. That's the first game I've seen in my whole time watching the NFL where like in the first 2 drives or something, like the other team's getting like 5 penalties and it's the same penalty, bro. It's like, bro,
Oh,
you're really telling me this guy's lining offsides every time? Like, dude, this is a 9-year NFL player, bro. You don't think he knows how to line up on the ball, bro? Like, what are we talking about, bro? I'm like,
that
this is
was crazy.
crazy,
They
bro.
threw
Like,
so
this
many.
is crazy, Doug. Like, this is out of control, man. This is getting
Yo,
out of
real
control.
talk. I was
Oh,
like, I was texting pressure, and he texted me back. I was like, yo, these refs looking real flag happy early in the game. I mean, it was every little thing. And I mean, true enough, yeah, it's the first game of the season, so you expect some teams to have a lot of mistakes and to be a little quick on the snap count, or you expect to see some delay of games or some illegal motion, or that. But for the same call to be made consistently that many times against the same team, I mean,
it was
come
crazy.
on, refs. Come on. I know Q the beat and TZD are like, man, y'all boys just hating because they Kansas City fans. Both of those boys are KC fans. But y'all gotta admit, and I know y'all
I know,
watching,
right? You could,
y'all gotta
bro.
admit it.
That's it's too obvious. I don't know, man. It's just too obvious for me, bro. Like you gotta spread that out throughout the game, instead of just. But you know,
And it's
oh,
not it's not like they needed it either. Kansas City is a great team, so they don't need that kind of help. So
honestly, man, I think Mahomes looked all right though for that game. He was. I think people were thinking he was gonna come in there and like throw for like 4 touchdowns, but it's like,
yeah,
bro,
nah,
you
he
need to
didn't
put
do
some
that.
respect on Baltimore, dude. They lose
Yeah,
coordinators on defense more than any other team probably in the league, bro. And their defense, it doesn't drop off, bro. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like overall, they've always had a good defense, bro. Like you're not gonna just do what you want. You're gonna earn it.
You 100% right about that. I am kind of surprised that Baltimore early in the game they was giving the ball to their running back Henry, and he was
Yeah.
having success. He scored the first touchdown for them, and then he was having success after. But it seemed like after that they just went away from him, and I don't really understand what that was about. Because if it ain't broke, don't break it. The way I see it, if he was getting it going, he was cooking. Keep giving him the ball, like force them to tackle him. You could see Kansas City had a hard time tackling him. So I would have just kept giving them the ball. But I'm just a podcaster. I don't get paid millions of dollars to sit up in the booth and call down plays and dial up blitzes and all that. We just hear Kelvo, but you know what? Hey, that's something that they might want to think about going forward with Henry. That's why they brought him in. So
I agree with you 100%, bro. It's like you said, after that first drive, I'm like, second, third drive, I'm like, I'm in my head, I'm like, dude, why is Lamar running the ball, bro? Like,
you got
we
this.
know you got this dude who's has a career taking 30 carry games. He's getting 30 carry games and he's not getting injured. He's built for it, bro.
He's
I'm
like
like, dog,
230 pounds or something like it's
bro, they
crazy.
were
Like
saying he was 250. They were saying 247.
250. Yeah, my bad. A
Bro,
250.
6'4", 250 running, bro. It's like, dude, hand this guy the ball, bro. Like
Uh,
he's built that he's the ultimate Ravens running back, bro. And it's like it's really on the coordinator, but I think
I agree.
Lamar, if he has the freedom at the line like they say he has, then I would be checking the runs. If I'm Lamar, just me, I'm not trying to run no design runs, bro. Let's run this dude. If I'm running a design run, it's gonna be the option. And it's like, bro, I'm gonna give it to him like 80% of the time, and then he can break off for the other 20. But it's on the coordinator, man. I think Lamar, should check to some more runs. They definitely need to get him going, though. It's like, unless they're just trying to save him for the later season, but Kansas City was a game you needed to run Derrick Henry, bro.
That's what I'm trying to figure out too, like what that was about. But again, we'll see what happens. Kansas City definitely pulled off that win. It came down to a really, really close play because my man Lamar Jackson got off a good pass. It just so happens to be that the receiver's foot or the back of his heel, the very back of his heel, was scraping against the line, the end zone back line. So the touchdown was negated. It was overturned, and Kansas City ended up winning that game. So salute again to Kansas City. Y'all did y'all thing. TZD and Q. Okay, y'all 1-0 so far. I'm sorry, no 2-0 on y'all picks, but whatever. The next game that we gonna cover, we keeping this thing rolling. This is another one that was tough for me because I actually picked Green Bay to win this game, but Jordan Love got injured in this Green Bay Packers loss. And in the game, before we get into the injury and all that, I'm just going to do my normal thing where I throw the numbers out at y'all. I want to give props, first of all, before we even talk about that. Salute to Saquon Barkley because Saquon just came from the New York Giants in his very first game as a Philadelphia Eagle. He came in there and he did his thing. He showed up. 24 carries for a buck 09 and 2 touchdowns. That's huge. Jalen Hurts, who came off of a disappointing end to the last season, he came in there and had a pretty good showing too. 278 passing yards with 2 touchdowns. So Philadelphia looks good to me. They looked good early in the season last year, but then they turned into a pumpkin late down the line as the season progressed. But what are your thoughts of Philly last night in that game that they had against is it Philly against Green Bay Packers? What do you think of that one?
Man, I agree with you on some things, and some other things I'm probably looking at it differently. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I think Saquon's probably about to have a really good year. If he
agreed.
doesn't have somewhere between like 1,300 to 1,500 rushing yards, dude,
Yeah,
season was a bust for him, bro. Like, he should eat. AJ Brown looked good. Jalen Hurts, he looked all right, man. Like, you gotta stop throwing these interceptions, bro. But I think he's trying to get together with Kellen Moore and understand the new offense and everything. But the defense looks solid. We'll see what the secondary is looking like, but I don't think there's really going to be too many people who can stop the Eagles, bro. If like they really get it going, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
If Hurts could have had probably he could have had a better game, bro. If I had to grade it, I'd probably give him like a C plus, maybe
yeah.
like
I'm
a
with
B
you.
minus, like a low B, because it's like, bro, you shouldn't be turning the ball over, bro. Like,
2 interceptions. Yeah,
that's crazy, man. Like, you gotta slow down, bro. Like, you got
yeah,
an offense. If I'm him, it's like, bro, if it's not there, just dirt it, bro, because the
yeah.
next play you might hit big. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know,
I
man.
fully
Eagles look
agree.
good, though,
I'm
in my
with you on that when it comes to, and I do agree also with you when you say the Eagles. We got to see. You said something there that caught me. We got to see about their secondary.
yeah, the secondary, bro.
Their secondary last year was complete dumpster juice. They were trash. Like, yo, their secondary was so horrible. Their offense almost had to make up for the ineptitude of the secondary. Like,
Right,
the secondary is going to give up a couple of big plays. So the
right,
offense has to factor in that they got to score a couple more big plays to offset the fact that the secondary is going to give up a couple of big plays. So the secondary is a big question mark for the Eagles this year. I'm also still questioning them even after watching this last game, seeing how Romeo Dobbs and those boys were able to kind of get loose on that secondary. But yes, flipping over to the other side of the ball. And again, Saquon Barkley, salute and props to you. Once again, I wanted to give him credit because I had him as a top 5 running back. I actually had him as my number 2 overall running back, only behind Christian McCaffrey. And people was talking crazy to me, like, yo, I don't know how you going, but Nipsey, how you going
I
to
don't
have
know,
the
bro.
rank so high? And
You can't even put him over Henry to me, bro.
you see, but I had Henry in my top 5, and some people told me I was tripping for having Henry. As I had him at number 5, and it was like, "Yo, Henry shouldn't be a top 5 running back. He's not a top 5 running back no more." But that's another story. Those boys made me look good as far as Saquon Barkley and Henry made me look good early as well when they gave him the ball. But on the flip side of the situation, uh, Jordan Love, he was playing pretty well before he got hurt. It looked like he was on his way to setting his team up for a final game winning drive. Like, he was driving the ball down the field. He had an opportunity to actually win the game in the clutch or in the stretch moments of the game. He goes down with the lineman hanging on the lower part of his leg, which initially, when I first looked at it, it just looked like a routine play. I ain't see nothing really, okay, the defender is just bringing him down. But then when they showed it again on the slow-mo and I looked at it, I was like, oh, hold on, why going here? So the defensive lineman is bringing Jordan Love down, but he looks directly at Jordan Love's knee, reaches for his knee, and pulls him down by the knee. Now, I get what people saying. It's all happening in the time. It's happening so fast. You don't have a chance to really know what you're doing. But if you pull a player down while they're off balance by the knees and then roll into them so that they roll over, that just look a little dirty to me, Kelvo. So I know we probably going to slightly disagree on this, but what was your take on that play? Give me your interpretation of that play. Do you think that was a dirty play, or was that just football? You tell me your interpretation.
Well, man, I was watching that game and I honestly fell asleep right before that drive, dude. But when I seen the video you sent me, I mean, to me, man, you can play it. I'll walk you
Yeah,
through
we're gonna
it.
watch it together. We're gonna watch it together. So let's take a look. Let's hold on. Let me pause it right there. Okay. Now, if y'all at home can make your screen bigger and you zoom in, the defender number 98 this is not an ankle grab or a quad or a calf. This is his knee. This is his knee, and look where the rest of his body is laying, directly behind Jordan Love. So if you're pulling him down, what happens? And then look at the awkward bend as he falls. Again, right there. Let's stop it right there. Go ahead and say what you were saying, but I'm just going to leave it frozen right there at that moment, at that part, and see where is his leg. Okay, so go ahead.
This is all I'm gonna say, bro. This is what happens when you gotta stay away from the slow motion, bro. This is where the slow motion always looks worse, bro, because you're breaking a 2-3 second moment probably in like 10 seconds, bro. 15 seconds. Like, what else is somebody, if you're watching this, or I'm asking you, brother Noomsy, what is he supposed to do, bro? He's on his back. The play is still going on. He's 300 pounds, bro. He's not about to just get up real quick and then tackle the quarterback. Like, he's literally right there, bro. Like, that's not if people are saying that that's dirty, bro, that's really wimpy to me, bro. Like,
okay.
on the real, dude, because like, dude,
because I know what you really wanted to say, but I respect you. I appreciate you for keeping it.
Bro, one of my favorite defensive tackles, bro. People need to look up his highlights. Ndamukong Suh. That was my guy. But Suh, he had a little couple of dirty shots, stepped on a dude. You know what I'm saying? Slammed the guy down by his throat. But that wasn't legal, but it was pretty wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, Suh was a dog. And if people are saying, oh, that's roughness, nah, man. Like, that's just what it is, dude. That's just unfortunate, really. That's what it looks like.
Okay, and I mean, and you asked me a very fair question. You asked me, okay, what is the defender supposed to do in this situation? He's an over 300-pound defender. He has to make the tackle. Like, that's his job. His job is to get to the quarterback and to try to bring the quarterback down by any means necessary. So what's he's supposed to do in a split second? I get that. And I understand that he may have had no other recourse in what he did. I'm not saying that what he did was intentionally dirty, but it may have been instinctually dirty. Not that he planned and premeditated and said, yo, you know what? I'm going to go out here and I'm going to grab his ankle and bring him down. It was more of those, okay, well, it was a crime of opportunity. I mean, if it's like, okay, I'm laying here. I could do one of two things to bring him down. I could try to shoestring him, grab him by the ankle, or I could reach up just a little bit higher and pull him down by his knee and then roll. Now, not saying that this is all what he was thinking of what as it was happening, but the look and the optics of it, to me, it just looked a little bit interesting. So that's why I wanted to roll it for everybody. Roll it for me again to watch it again. And the more you say it, the more I think about it and listen to what you're saying. I can see your point, Kelvo. I can see
Not
that.
happening in slow motion, bro. That's
Yeah,
all I'm saying, dude. People
yeah,
are
because it's
looking at
so
the
much. You got what
people
I
are
call
playing when people are playing the slow motion part, like, oh my god, look, no, play it live and see how fast that happened,
it.
bro. Like he
Yeah,
wasn't thinking, nobody's got like 10 seconds of time to think in 2 or 3 seconds, bro. Like when
no,
people
you're
try to
right.
break
And
that down, it's like, nah, dude, like
and that's why I said in fast motion, when I watched it at first, it just looked like a routine, regular, okay, it didn't look, but when they showed it again and they slowed it down, and I'm like, it did, but Kel, you got to admit, it did look like an awkward reach. Like, why would he reach? Like, he
me and
reached like
A, dude.
literally exactly at his knee. Like, this is exactly where his ACL is. So
Hey
this,
man, I don't know. Hey, some dudes be out there trying to hurt people, bro. But I'm not gonna sit here and say that's what he was trying to do.
no,
Like I
we don't
said,
know intent. We can't
yeah,
say what his
I
intent
can't
was.
speak on his intent,
And
you know. Either
and
way,
I,
but if you would have grabbed him by the ankle, let's say he doesn't get him down, and the dude, if I'm the quarterback and I see it, and I'm gotta do grabbing my ankle, I might step on his, hand or something,
yeah,
on his arm. You know what I'm saying? Get off, like, bro. This is football, bro. We're men,
right.
bro. Like, sorry, but it is what it is. At the same time, you know what I'm saying? And, I'm not saying I would want to do it, but like you said, if the situation arises where it's like, all right, I can let this guy drag me down by the ankle, or I can just, break free, and if his
Right.
if his arm's in the way, I'm gonna step on his arm, but I'm gonna try to jump over him or something like that.
Well, you got me looking at it a different way. And again, before y'all start getting in the inbox and telling me in the comments of how I'm, I don't know football and that's not a dirty play. All I'm saying is, I didn't say it was. I just asked, could it have been? I'm just saying what it looked like in slow motion. I'm not saying that this was a dirty play or he's a dirty player or nothing. So y'all, especially y'all Philly cats, because I know how y'all get down. I already know y'all gonna be at me. So hold on, pump your brakes. I'm just doing what my job and just presenting what the word is out there. That's it. So I got that off my chest. Easy thing, not easy work. Now what I did also want to do is make sure that while we got my man Kelvo on the show with us today, I want to make sure that we get his picks because tomorrow is the actual first Sunday of the NFL season. And as we always do, myself, a TZD, and Q, we gave our picks last week on who we felt like was going to win. So now that we got my man Kelvo on a Saturday special, we want to get his picks. Now, there's a couple of picks already that's already out the door, like the Baltimore game against Kansas City. That one's already in the books. Kelvo and myself, we both picked Baltimore to win that game, and we was both proven wrong by Patrick Mahomes. So that's in the books. 0-1 there.
Sorry, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off,
Go
bro.
ahead.
Let me say something, bro.
Go ahead.
Honestly, man, this is the last thing I'm gonna say about that game. This one I forgot to say. I just want it real quick.
Yeah, throw it
If,
in. No, we
no,
good. We got
if
time.
Lamar would have hit Zay Flowers and the play before he was wide open in the end zone, we probably would have got that game.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
yes.
Dude was wide open, bro.
He
He was
was wide
wide
open, and Lamar just missed him.
Yeah.
Yo,
If
that
he
was
would have hit
true.
that would have been, and they were going to go for two either way. I think they would have got it if they would have went for two because Lamar was just locked in. You know what I'm saying? They should have just gave those carries, to Henry. You know what I'm saying? At least half of them. You got to give Henry the ball 20
That
times.
was that was the difference in the game too. That Lamar missing Zay Flowers in the end zone. That was the difference. Like that could have changed the whole tide of the game. So yeah, I think they would have won. They would have went for two either way, like you said. But again, you got to give it to Henry. So I don't know what the offensive coordinator was thinking, but y'all need to get back in the lab and figure that out because Henry should have had the ball. That almost looked like when Pete Carroll didn't give the ball to Marshawn Lynch in the Super Bowl at the end, and then your boy Russell Wilson ends up throwing an interception, giving the Super Bowl to the Patriots. So I
That was
hope y'all learning from this stuff, man.
run the
History
ball.
repeats itself. So
Facts.
yeah. So then the Eagles, you did have the Eagles over the Green Bay Packers.
Fact.
So I had the Packers over the Eagles, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So I'm 0-2 right now. It looks like so far you're 1-1. So you at least you 500 like right
Fact.
now. TZ
Yeah.
Dave
Got
and
robbed.
Q
I got
are
robbed.
2-0. So moving on for the rest of the games this Sunday, the Atlanta Falcons against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Who you got?
I got the Falcons over the Steelers. Basically, Kirk Cousins. But I made this pick thinking that Russell Wilson was going to be the quarterback, and now it's looking like maybe Justin Fields
Mm,
starting. And I think if Fields can start, I think that this is going to be they might be able to get it because I believe in Justin Fields. Just keep it short, but I
I
think
do
the
too.
Falcons are at home too, so I got
Yeah.
to get in that one.
Okay. Yeah, I believe in Justin Fields also on that. The Bills, Buffalo Bills versus the Cardinals.
Bills over Cardinals, easy. Comes down to the quarterback. I think the Bills can get it done. They don't really got no offensive receivers, but we'll see how that goes. I know they got like one dude, Keon Coleman, but
Yeah.
I got them over the Cardinals, dude. I think the Cardinals are in rebuild mode. Marvin Harrison Jr. He should get over 100 and probably a touchdown. He's gonna be nice.
Yeah, I agree. I can't wait to see how he looks out there. Like his dad was big time, so I can't wait to see him get loose out there. Uh, the Chicago Bears versus Tennessee Titans.
I got the Titans over the Bears.
Okay,
I think people
okay.
believe in Caleb Williams, and there's nothing wrong with that, man. But I don't know, man. I'm not a Tennessee fan, but they got a pretty nice roster, bro. You know what I'm saying?
They
And
do.
I think the Titans are going to be underrated. I don't think they're going to like make the playoffs, but I expect them to beat the Bears. We'll see. It could be
Yeah,
close. That's
I
going to
think
be a good game to watch, though.
I
We'll see.
think so. I think it's going to be very entertaining. Those teams may be more evenly matched, even though the Titans do have a lot of talent on their team. I think overall, with the Bears, I don't think they're going to be as bad as they were last year, but we'll see what happens. The Bengals versus oh, this should be easy. Cincinnati against the New England Patriots.
I got the Bengals easy.
Yeah,
Patriots are trash, bro.
yeah, they
They're
out there.
trash.
They're going to be a lottery team. They're going to be like it might be a first round draft pick team. Like I think they're
Top
that
five.
bad. They're
I
going to
mean,
be like
top five.
that
They're gonna be top five
for
probably.
sure. Yeah, they're that bad. Not much to say about them.
But
Um,
Just want to say, man, Bengals is pissing me off though, bro. They need to sign Jamar Chase, bro, because
what are they
hey,
doing?
bro's not about to play. He's not coming in. If you're a Bengals fan, I'm telling you right now, dude.
Oh
They don't
man,
pay Jamar Chase. He is not showing up. You do
he
not
shouldn't.
do anything through the training camp at all. Like he didn't even put his pads on. Like bro wasn't even
Nah. They
doing
paying that
nothing.
man scraps. He's still on his rookie contract, and he's like in his what third year now. Like, come on,
Third or
man.
fourth year.
Third, y'all, they playing with that man. He's clearly like a top 3 wide receiver in this league, clearly, and y'all are tripping. Y'all playing with this man, y'all. They better get it together.
Fact.
But yeah, I also had the Bengals over the Patriots. Indianapolis Colts versus the Texans.
I got the Texans over the Colts, man. I really like what the Texans have done this year. Off
Yeah,
season, they got some good additions. Got the running back. They
yeah,
got Diggs. They got a defensive end.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Excited to kind of see what Anthony Richardson can do. I mean, dude is, you know, he's got the makings to be a beast. We'll see what he does. This one, I was in the air on this one, but I
Yeah.
ultimately went with Stroud. You know what I'm saying? He's a better quarterback, man. He should get it done. He's got the
He,
weapon.
he he should. Like you, I'm interested to see what Richardson does. I was big on him last year before he went down with injury. I was the Lone Ranger on the show. I'm the only person on the show who picked the Colts over the Houston Texans. So you are also one of the many people that picked the Texans. I'm the only person that picked the Colts. So either I'm going to look real bad or y'all going to look real smart or something's going to give. We're going to see what happens with that. My Miami Dolphins versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Who you got?
Man, If I'm correct, is this game in Miami or is it overseas somewhere?
No, the game is I believe the game is in Jacksonville. Let me make sure. I believe it is. Dolphins, yeah. Because it's not overseas. That I do know.
I picked the Dolphins though. While you look that up, I picked the Dolphins.
Yeah, it's in Jacksonville.
It's in Jacksonville. I thought it was
Yeah.
in Miami. Well, anyways, man, I got the Dolphins, man. You know, I don't know, man. I'm not a big. I don't know, man. The Jaguars, they're kind of weird. They're a weird team for me to fill out, but I think Trevor Lawrence and Tua getting paid. Ultimately, I don't think the Jags got what it takes to stop Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. And y'all got that running back, A Chain.
A
You got
chain.
a
Yeah, and you're right. And
fantasy draft, and you got him.
yeah,
Hey,
and you were
who
right
was
though. It is
averaging
in
7 yards?
Miami. It is in Miami. You were right. It's in Miami.
Okay. Oh
So
yeah, that's
yeah,
why I picked it. Yeah, it's in
yeah,
Miami. You
yeah.
got
You
A
were right.
Chain, bro. A Chain was averaging 7 yards a carry, bro. When he was getting the ball, he was on
Yeah, he's
average
that
7 yards
good.
a carry, bro. That's
He
that's not fair, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like fast.
especially when we got Tariq Hill and Waddle on the ends, and then we got H. Yo, boy, Tua, you have no excuse this year, boy. You better get it done. I'm with you on that. I got my Dolphins over the Jags. All right, let's keep this thing moving. Panthers versus the Saints.
Man, this one was a close, tough one for me, but I had to go with the Saints.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what the Panthers are gonna look like this year, bro. They were so trash last year. It's hard for me to like. You got
yeah.
to show me, bro. I'm gonna be picking against the Panthers for about the first 3 or 4 weeks.
I think, yeah, I'm with you
Like,
on that. I
yeah,
think they're gonna be trash. They're gonna be on the level of like the Patriots trash. Like they're gonna be down like
they'll be slightly better, but they're still gonna be. They'll be. If it'll be good if they got like 7 wins,
if
because
they
they only had like 2 wins, bro, or
we'll
one.
see. New York Giants versus the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh man, I had to go with the Vikings over the Giants, bro. Daniel Jones is trash.
Yeah.
Fam got paid the bag for throwing 15 touchdowns, bro.
No more Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, over him, you pick. It's like, bro, you could have paid Saquon, and you could have
Yeah.
had Saquon with neighbors, but
Yep.
and then you could have put. Yeah, I don't believe in Daniel Jones, bro. People
Yeah.
make excuses for him, but fam's trash. Even with
Yeah.
the Vikings having Sam Darnold, they should be able to get that done, bro.
I'm with you. Las Vegas Raiders against the Chargers.
Man, this is my upset pick, man. I'm going with the Raiders because
Whoa.
I don't know,
Okay.
man. I don't think Justin Herbert is 100% healthy, and the Raiders got a decent team, man. Their defense plays hard, and I don't know Gardner Minshew. This is going to be his year. This is going to be his time to shine. Because I mean, bro, this is
Yeah.
the best receiving cast he's had. You got Devontae
Ever.
Adams, you got a couple other guys, Myers, and
Yeah.
got two good tight ends, dude. Brock Bowers, he's supposed to be a dog, so you got a dog at tight end, and then you got a dog at receiver. You know what I'm saying? If they could, it's like, hey, bro,
We'll
what
see. We'll
happened?
see. That's a
And
huge.
it's
That's
a
a
division
bold
game, bro. It's
prediction.
a division game. So
That's
we'll
a
see.
bold prediction. I think you might be the Lone Ranger on that one. I think the rest of the show we all might have went with the Chargers, but that's a really bold one. So we're gonna have to when you come back on again in the next Saturday special, we're gonna talk about that and see how that played out. All right, Seattle Seahawks versus Broncos.
Oh, I got the Seahawks over the Broncos, man. I like what I seen with Bo Nix and
Me too.
Sean Payton, but it's in Seattle, if I'm
Mm-hmm.
correct. And then
Mm-hmm.
they got that defensive coordinator. I think Geno Smith, he should bounce back this year, bro. Bro's got too many weapons. You got Metcalf, Lockett, and Njigma, and
Yeah.
you got a tight end in Fant.
Yeah.
He's got some solid running backs. It's like, bro, there's no way y'all should lose this game, bro.
And he's an accurate passer too. Gino's a lot more accurate than people give him credit for. Like he may not have that big arm, but he puts it there. Like he gets it there. So we'll see how that goes. I also was with you on that when I picked the Seattle over the Broncos as well. Uh this one I want to see what I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this one. Cleveland Browns versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Man, I got the Browns over the Cowboys. This one was tough, bro. This
Me
one was
too.
tough, bro,
I
because
picked them too. Yeah,
I
almost the
picked the
same.
Browns, bro, because it's in Cleveland.
Their
And
defense, man.
You just signed CD Lamb like 2 weeks ago, bro.
Yeah,
He's not gonna be coming out if they play this dude like more than like 40 plays, he might get hurt, bro.
yeah,
Because dude, people sleep on Cleveland's defense. They got like a top five defense.
they do. Miles Garrett and them boys, they ready.
Nasty. They're nasty. And
They ready.
Deshaun Watson, bro, this is gonna be like a make or break year for
Oh,
Deshaun
this
Watson.
is it.
If he has a horrible year this year, he's gonna be in Cleveland more year because of his contract. But
And then
after
he's
that,
gone.
like
Yeah,
he's
they're gonna move on. They
like
they will draft a quarterback. If he goes out there and he doesn't perform well, I guarantee you their first round pick next year will be a quarterback. They're gonna draft his replacement ASAP. And like you said, he'll be on the roster, one more year just to fulfill his contract. But I doubt if he would even play. They might just pay him to just be clipboard. Yo, you a clipboard king. Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna be the clipboard king sitting over there. So yeah,
fact.
we're gonna see about that. But I also had the Browns with you as well. The Commanders versus the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Yeah, man, I picked the Commanders over the Bucks. This one was a little bit of a tough one, but man, I'm a big fan of Jaden Daniels, bro. LSU. You know what I'm saying from the
Yeah,
boot. You know what I'm saying? And dude, I think dude's got the juice, man. I think he's got that sauce. He just needs to be smart and don't come in here trying to get physical with people. You know what I'm saying? Like take
yeah,
it down a little bit, slide, get out of bounds.
all
But
that.
like he's comparable. He's kind of reminds me of like he's like a mix between like Lamar Jackson and kind of like Randall Cunningham and like McNabb. Like he can
Yeah,
really throw the ball, bro. Like he can throw the ball like legit. Like
yeah.
watch this dude's highlights at LSU, man.
And
And
check it
he
out.
yeah, he was highly touted coming out of freshman, like out of high school. People knew about him. Like he went to Arizona State, and it didn't work out with Herm Edwards. But Herm Edwards, a lot of people. There's a couple of dudes from that Arizona State team that went to the league. So Herm must know what he's doing if he
Oh
picked.
yeah, yeah. Herm, his footprint or his fingerprint is all over that. Like so, yeah. Herm is definitely making his presence known with his offspring or what he spawned or
His
what he's
recruiter trail,
produced.
bro. He was
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah,
I got
man.
the
So
Commanders, bro.
I gotta agree with you on that. But I didn't agree with you on the pick. I did pick Tampa Bay to go with over the Commanders. But two more picks to go, and then we good. We doing great on time too. Lions versus the Rams.
Man, tough one, bro. But it's in Detroit. I
Yeah,
got the Lions, bro, because the Lions is looking good, man.
I
They are
did too.
looking good, bro. They got a complete team. You got the running backs, you got the offensive line, you got a tight end, you got a legit number one, you got a dude who's a number two that has potential to be a number one. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? And then you got the solid defense. They got another team with a rookie backfield in the secondary. So we'll see how that works. But you got Aiden Hutchinson playing well. You got some good linebackers.
yeah.
So
I like the Lions, man. I like that. Their story with their coach and the way they play and how far they got last year and the way they just came on the scene and shocked everybody. I like their story. I also like them over the Rams as well. So I
I
can't
like
wait
the
to see.
Rams though. You got to look out for the Rams, man. They
Yeah.
definitely got some offense, and I'm a
Oh
fan of
yeah.
Matthew Stafford, but I just don't think they'll get it done.
Yeah, they stay with a talented roster, but I agree. I don't think they're going to get it done. 49ers versus the Jets. Now, this game is going to be Aaron Rodgers' return from his return. He returned last year, but then he went out. Now he's returning from that return this year. So, how do you see that playing out with the 49ers going against Aaron Rodgers and the Jets? And the Jets do have, I think they have the number one defense in the league, or at least the top three. So they're up there. So, what do you think? How you think that's going to work?
Man, I got the Niners over the Jets, dude. I like the Jets, I really do, but I got to see it to believe it, bro. Because man, that I just got to see it based off the history of the Jets, dude. And I think the Niners got a better team. It's going to be a good game. I was close to picking the Jets, but I don't know about. I got to see that offensive line block, dude, because they've had an
Yeah,
offensive line for a long time, and they've got some guys who are solid, but I just got to see it, man. So I'm gonna roll the dice on this one, and this one is a hell of a game for Aaron Rodgers to come back into, bro. You got to play the Niners in San Francisco,
Just
and
throw him in the fire. Just
yeah,
throw him in.
you got a new offensive line, bro. We don't know what they're gonna look like, so I'm going with the Niners, bro.
And
They
he got a newly refurbished ACL too. So let's
that's
see. Let's see how that works. Also,
and
with
you're 40, so
yeah, and that's in the mix too. So let's see how that. I think the defense will help keep them in the game long enough to give Aaron Rodgers a shot. But I don't know. Eventually, at some
I
point, it's
wouldn't
just
be
gonna
surprised
too
if they
much.
won. I wouldn't be surprised if they won. Put it
I
like that.
wouldn't either. I wouldn't either, but I'm with you. I also picked the 49ers to win that game too. So we'll see how that all works out. All right, so we got Kelvo's picks locked in, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all drop in the comments what y'all think of Kelvo's picks. They closely reflect my picks. So like mine's, wise men think alike. So yeah, that's why you my boy. That's why
Hey,
you always
I appreciate
yeah,
that,
for
bro. I
sure, for
appreciate
sure.
that, man.
So y'all drop in the comments what y'all think of Kelvo's picks for week number 1. Now, as we get to my favorite part of the show, this is the part of the show I love the most because, like I always say, on this show, we love to just chop it up about sports. We like to kick back and talk about the way things are today and yesterday. But we also here to educate. We here to educate y'all about some certain sports facts that y'all may not know about. Y'all might be too young to know about it. Y'all might have forgot. Y'all might be old enough, but just was asleep. Or maybe y'all was on some hard, heavy drugs during the time that this happened, so you don't remember right now. But that's why we're here. We're here to educate y'all and bring y'all back from that drunken stupor that you were in back in the early 2000s when you were hanging out in strip clubs or whatever it is that you were doing that had your mind so foggy that you don't remember these facts. But we got them for you. So on this very day, on this very, very, very day, your boy Roger Federer beat Andy Murray in the US Open. Now, when he beat Andy Murray in this US Open, this completed his 5th straight US Open championship win. 5 in a row. That's crazy to even imagine that someone will win the same tournament 5 consecutive years. That is dominance. Not only that, check out this resume by Roger Federer. 5 US Open champions, which he did them all consecutively, which is crazy. 6 Australian Open championships, 1 French Open championship, and 8 Wimbledon championships. That's a total of 20 Grand Slam championships for Roger Federer. What? What? That's crazy. A lot of people say Federer is the GOAT. Some people say it's Pete Sampras. Some people will go with Nadal. Some people go with Djokovic or whoever. But this is a resume that's hard to beat. I
Yeah,
mean, 20
I
Grand
gotta
Slam.
agree, man. That seems like a lot of dominance. I'd have to look into. I have to compare it against all the others. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But looking at it just based off what you're saying, me not even really being somebody that watches tennis, I know exactly who that dude is. I know his
Yes.
dog. So it's like I'm like, he's one of those breeds, man, where when he gets in, he dominates. And like you said, 5 times in a row. Everybody knows. I know about the U.S. Open. I don't watch tennis, but it's like,
There
bro,
you go.
you won it 5 times in a row. Like, that's if anybody else has won it consecutively more, we should know about this person. But it's not.
Exactly. And
This
that's my point. Exactly, because I'm not the biggest tennis guy. I don't watch a lot of tennis. I do watch some of it and I do acknowledge and respect the sport. But what I
facts.
do recognize is greatness. And like you said, even people who don't really watch tennis or don't know much about tennis, we know that name and we know
Yeah,
Roger Federer and we remember hearing his name mentioned throughout
in
an
the winners
entire
section.
decade. I think he
Yeah,
like dominated from 2000 all the way up to 2010. Like he
yeah,
was
he was
just
he was with it. He was with it. He was Mr. Tennis. You know
he
what I'm saying?
was
He
he
was
was
handling
that
it up,
guy.
dude. There was some competition, but every sport has that one guy that dominates. That's just how life works, dude.
Definitely, man. Definitely. So salute to Roger Federer, our history moment of the week for the sports time zone. Now, as we get down to the nitty gritty, now we are down to our last 2 minutes of the show, the 2 minute drill. This is the moment that we just wind it down. I give my little 2 minutes of what I'm feeling, whatever it could be about sports. And then I turn it over to my man 512 Kelvo to talk about what he feels in sports, what he may be looking forward to in the storylines for this NFL season, or whatever you want to talk about. That's what we do. But I want to address one thing here, and I've been saying this for some time, and y'all gonna get tired of me saying this, but Noomsy be knowing. He be knowing. I be knowing stuff. I'm telling y'all. Now, college football has these preseason rankings where they are ranking these teams. I tell you, I told you, Kelvo, I was going to go here. They be ranking these teams before we even get a chance to see how these teams look. This is starting to become laughable. We just saw Florida State lose. They were ranked. Florida State was like ranked a top 5 team or a top 10 team. I'm sorry. And they end up in the first 2 weeks of the season, they lost to 2 consecutive unranked teams. First, they lose to Georgia Tech in Ireland. They flew all the way to Ireland just to lose and hold an L, and they had to hold that L all the way across the Atlantic Ocean. And they were still holding that L as they came back into the United States, and they held the L for a whole nother week. And they couldn't wait to play against the next team, which was the
Clemson.
Boston College, and they ended up losing to Boston College, who's also unranked, another unranked team that they lost to. So they had to hold a L again. Now, fast forward to this week, we got Notre Dame. Notre Dame, the 5 ranked team in the nation, just lost to Northern Illinois University. Salute to Northern Illinois, because I don't want black coach.
They're partying out there, dude. They're partying out there.
They flooded the field, Kelvo. After that game was over, like they flooded that field and went crazy. And you should have seen the look on the on the Notre Dame fans. Their faces were beat red. I mean, red faces. They were just
they're red man, bro.
They was looking bitter. But I'm saying all that to say, we shouldn't be having any rankings at least until the 3rd week of the football season. Let us see what these teams look like. Some of these teams that y'all don't even have ranked, you're not even giving them a chance. You're starting them off not ranked, and we ain't even seen them. And now they're knocking off the teams that y'all had ranked. So if y'all give these teams an opportunity to see what they all can do, just let everybody ball out for the first 3 weeks. Don't give nobody no rankings until after 3 weeks, and then we have an official rankings day where we just let the computers figure it out based on who they played, what the score was, what the temperature was, precipitation, whose baby mama was tripping, who or whatever y'all want to look at and use that metric, and then you come up with your ranking. But we just rewarding teams before they even get a chance to show anything, and then we're putting other teams at a disadvantage just because they're not a popular team and because we don't know who they are, but they go out there and they play well. So NCAA, y'all need to fix that. I just feel like y'all should change that. Who knows? It might even bring more excitement in the first 3 weeks of football because nobody knows what they're going to be ranked. So everybody's going to be trying to play as hard as they can and run it up on everybody. And that's what we want to see. We also don't know what injuries might happen. So we want to also make sure you got that straight. But that's all I got for my 2 minutes drill. I know I went off a little bit over 2 minutes, but Kelvo, what you got for your 2 minutes of the last minute here? What's your final thoughts?
Man, my final thoughts are, man, I really, I honestly feel like the Chiefs are going to win another Super Bowl, man.
Ooh,
I'm not going to pick them to win a Super Bowl, but I would not be surprised if they win another Super Bowl, man. Like, I don't know, man. I think, like I said, dude, I mean what I'm saying. When you play Kansas City at home, you got to play Kansas City and the refs.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that. But, it is what it is. That's really my main issue is these refs. These refs, they need us. Come on, guys. This is getting out of control with the calls, bro. like, You know what I'm
You right.
saying? I shouldn't be able to be dissecting your job and being like, man, this guy, I'm not even a rep, bro, but I know that this guy is on some other stuff, bro. Like, what are you? I'm like, dude, what are you doing, man? Like,
Yeah.
I just want some more. I want decency with these refs, man. Like, I know you got. I think gambling is that, and I think gambling is kind of like mutilated the sport a little bit, to where it's like, you know, it's easy.
Hey,
You
come
might
on,
be,
referees.
yeah, you
Y'all
might
out
be
here looking shady, Fugazi.
looking
Ever
shady,
since
man.
ever
These dudes,
since Las Vegas really stepped into the arena when it came to sports, this officiating been looking real crazy. So
yeah.
Kelvo want to see some consistency with y'all and stop making it look so obvious. If y'all really doing some dirty work, at least try to make it look like you're not doing the dirty work.
I mean, right? I mean, there's nothing I can do to stop it, but if you go and do it, like, let's
At
come on,
least
man.
spread it
Like,
out a little bit to make
yeah,
it.
spread it out, bro. But like, I don't know, man. These refs, bro, they be having me hot sometimes, but we'll see how that goes, man.
Oh man, we'll see. Yo, that's all we got for y'all today, man. Yo, Kelvo, once again, I appreciate you for coming out, brother. Yo, you definitely got to be back again for another Saturday special, man. This was fun as usual. Yours truly, brother. I know I'm in the building. Also, make sure if y'all haven't done so, you go to our IG page and follow us on IG, sportstime_zone.
Time zone. You know what time it is.
Know
Hey,
what it is. Once
up and
again, I'm
coming.
yours truly, but I know I'm seeing this is my man's.
512 Kelvo, man. Y'all have a blessed weekend, man.
Always, already. Peace.
Already, brother.